Welcome to UK GK TV. My name's Bill Voice and this is my good friend
Dave Nicholson. How you doing, guys? Another swelter again, isn't it?
It's boiling hot, so I've been thinking, like, you know, how long will the shorts weather last? Because it's unusual, isn't it, for the UK for it to last this long? Because even though it's been raining the last couple of days, it's not getting any cooler, has it?
It's not getting any cooler.
In fact, it's got worse because of the moisture content of the air.
We're just constantly hot, aren't we?
It's like we're melting.
Sweating like a pregnant nun, aren't we?
Yeah.
But no, anyway, it's just warm, guys. Today we've got some golden oldies today. We
kind of thought we've done a lot of new stuff recently, and when I go around the workshop and it's had a bit of a tidy, so well done.
Yeah,
so
it needed to be.
It needed to be because there's loads of moulds. Went round, I saw some real classic stuff that I remember from back in the day, which I envied, couldn't afford or missed, and also some really rare stuff that
it's so unusual, isn't it?
It's unusual, and I think I'm going to start. We'll start with that unusual one. Yeah.
What it tends to be, guys, is because I don't know how we manage it. Well, I do because I have to pay for it. We tend to feature most of the new stuff, and a lot of you guys have been contacting us and saying, "Well, have you got a website?" A couple of reasons we haven't got a website. One of them is IP, obviously, and the other one is I'd be spending all week replacing old pictures with new stuff. Yeah. So we the videos are a good format for me and Bill. We basically grab a load of stuff, show them you. So we're going to show you today some of the old catalogue or some old stuff. Yeah. It's not brand new because we don't want you to think, well, come on, Dave's after your money all the time. We're trying to get you to see just how intense or how comprehensive the back catalogue is. Yeah. The stuff that we've got here is available, so it's not available like we discussed last week, and it's a trip down memory lane. Yeah. Now the first one we're going to have is Bill spotted this, and Bill picked it out, and he knew exactly what it was.
I knew it. I spotted it. If I hold it closer up to there, it's called the Cyclops. Now, there's a couple of films which sound a bit like this. There's an old 1930s film called Dr. Cyclops, which is about a nearsighted scientist that shrinks these adventurers, these travellers, down to a small size and then chases them around his South American jungle lair. I'm not quite sure why he did that, but it's called Dr. Cyclops. Looks a little bit like this, but he's got two eyes. Now, this is from a film called The Cyclops.
Right.
Yeah. So It's really quite obscure, and I think if you want to watch it these days, the only place you're going to see it is perhaps on YouTube.
Really?
You go to YouTube and you type in Lon Chaney Jr.
The Cyclops.
It's not him doing this. He's the kind of, if anything, he's the kind of like the hero of the piece. He's kind of the strongman adventurer with the rest of the people that come up against this guy in the Mexican desert. This guy is a mutated giant.
All right.
Lon Chaney's mates come up against it, and this was played by a guy called Duncan Parkin, and I think he had an alias called Bruce Barton. So
that sounds a big day, doesn't it? Bruce
Barton. Like this is Bruce Barton.
Yeah.
What's it? Bruce. What was it?
Bruce.
Dick Barton, Special Agent.
Dick
Barton, Special Agent. But this is a real rarity, and I like it. I like the way that the text is done, and the single eye is on the base. I just think it's a nice little unusual
base, like
sort
a stony
of
base.
And it's from Rebel Resin, isn't it? But we don't know who sculpted it.
No, we don't, unfortunately. I mean, when the history behind this is, give you a bit of background information. When we bought Rebel Resin, we acquired a lot of moulds and a lot of masters and a lot of stuff that we just bought the old company because Tony and that lot passed away, sold it all to us, and we just purchased it. So this was an easy one for us to do. It was a case of remastering one of the casts, which is this casting,
nice.
Using one of Tony's moulds, which were okay.
There's a name on it, you know.
Yeah, and
McGuff.
There you go.
Don't know, but McGuff.
There you go.
Right.
So what we did then is we just basically made a cast, cleaned it up, retextured certain areas, which is why you've got different colours. Made the box, made the cut line, and then it was ready to go. So it's quite an easy one to do. It's a bit of a sleeper, this one, because it's a nice piece, but it's...
You'd have to be looking for it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them ones that, you'd see. I think it drops nicely with Terry's Outer Limits.
Yeah,
it's that sort of style,
it's very much style.
It's that sort of style, so...
Yeah, and if you're a Lon Chaney fan and you like his movies, it's one of his movies. He's not the monster for a change, but... At the end of the day, I think people need to go... younger people than me, because we were obsessed with the black and white horror movies when we were kids because it was hard to see them. Now access to black and whites is so commonplace on different formats and different platforms. I don't think people are quite as obsessive with it. So if you're kind of under 40 and you've never seen any of these like really good kind of, or depending on how you see it, really awful B movies like... Giant Shrews, The Mole Men,
Plan 9
from Outer Space. It's worth having a look at these B movies because they spawned 1,000 kits, haven't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that sits nicely with Terry's Outer Limits, and I think it's a nice 1/3 scale, possibly 10 inches tall.
About 10 inches, yeah.
It'll be cast in the grey resin, the grey polyurethane resin, and that one is available. Nice new mould. If you didn't pick it up from Tony, it's available from myself now.
Now, the next one, this is one of my all-time favourites.
Oh, this is... Right.
Obviously, this is just the main figure from the kit. And it's Mike Hill, was it?
Oh, Neil Harvey.
Neil Harvey, and it's Batman from the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight
Returns,
the comic book.
Yeah, it's big.
DC comic book. Yeah, he's an older Batman, isn't he? He's an
chunkier,
older, jaded, chunkier
wider.
Batman. Yeah. This is like a beautiful piece of work.
Well, this one's got a special affiliation with me because me and Neil both used to love the Dark Knight. So Neil sculpted me in the 90s. Now, those of you that got this kit in the 90s, remember it's on a gargoyle. The problem I had with it is because it was quite a tricky thing to mould, the moulds would wear out very soon. Obviously, technology and products have improved since then. So now that we're looking at reissuing this in the nice new polyurethane.
Yeah, because
that's cold cast.
That's cold cast resin. You can hear it.
That one's got phyllite in it. That's why it's a different colour.
If you look at the speckles on it,
it's got like almost like talcum powder and stuff like that. So this one we've obviously we're going to try and get this one back on the shelf this year because it needs quite a bit of clean up.
He's done a really good job of capturing the art in the comic book.
It's fantastic, mate.
Yeah.
Neil's good at that. Neil's comic book style is absolutely amazing. We've got a few of Neil's today. Obviously, you got your two arms, the clenched fist, and the fist down here, and then quite a chunky rectangular. No, it's not. Sorry, I do apologise. This one's got the gargoyle.
The gargoyle base, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the beaked, sort of the hooked eagle gargoyle.
Yeah, it's the Bat 21 that's got the rectangular face. Yeah. But this one's maybe a big 1/4 scale one.
Yeah, it's a nice chunky kit, isn't it? You can see why the moulds work. You've got a lot of undercuts, haven't you? You've got plenty of undercuts. It's a complex shape. You got the two arms as well, haven't you?
Yeah, two arms that are separate. Two arms that are separate, and you've got the figure and the base. So that one, I
like the understated bat ears.
Brilliant, aren't they?
They're good, aren't they?
Neil's stuff's very simplistic, but it's good.
Yeah, but look at that.
Look
at the chunk on that face.
So it's great, isn't
it? Chiseled.
It's great.
Like a proper Batman.
Well, we'll stay with Neil with the Joker and the Batman. Right. You can see all the speckles on the
Yeah, I think it's quite nice if it was
like
cast.
Stone.
It's like stone based, isn't it? It's like stone.
I like
it's
it.
Almost like a.
Again,
it looks like a basalt or a marble, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when we first started, I'm catching that up, Bill. Now, when we first started, we put these into the United States of America, and what happened there? When we first started, we put this into the United States of America, and basically they didn't like the material, so it didn't go down very well because they thought it was too brittle. Well, it is a bit brittle, so now it's going to be in the polyurethane.
Yeah. So it's got a little bit of give to it.
Yeah. Next one is the Joker.
That's the Joker. Still by Neil.
Yes, this is Neil's Killing Joke.
Now the Killing Joke is this is directly from the DC comic book, isn't it?
That's the one.
And the Killing Joke,
graphic novel, wasn't it?
It's a very slender graphic novel.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
But everything in it is just spot on. If you look at The Killing Joke and read it, it gives you real insight into, well, the Joker is
Lunatic,
is a lunatic, but it kind of mitigates his madness in the Killing Joke.
So that was the story behind this one is it's a third scale. But the story behind this is probably the first piece that Neil did for me. So
yeah, that's beautiful. Look at
I had hair when Neil did this. That's how long ago it was. And this one is, if you look at if Bill taps it, this is cold cast.
It's solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not quite as brittle as that one though.
No.
It's not got the firelighting, has it?
So Neil did a series of these. He did a Batman, which we'll show you in a second. He did a Two-Face, he did a Catwoman, and he did a Mr. Freeze for me, and they went really well. Surprisingly, when we offered them up again, because we've recently remoulded them, they sold all over again. So timeless classics from Neil.
I'm trying to think. Is it Brian Bolland that did it?
Bolland, yeah.
Brian
Joker.
Bolland.
Bolland Joker, yeah.
Yeah, is the artist, and he's Judge one of the many Judge Dredd artists. Isn't he?
Just a
It's a lovely.
It's lovely, Bolland Joker. That is. A little bit of trivia about Neil and Bolland Joker. Neil did a large quarter scale Bolland Joker for me, which we've still got, which needs working on, and he was kneeling down, pulling his hair out and it was based on the Killing Joke, but it was the figure, so he was kind of kneeling, pulling his hair out. Neil did that, and I actually sold that to a copy of that kit to a guy in the States, and there was a massive problem because at the time somebody had done a Batman on a cross, and DC were going mental because it was defiling their license.
It was.
So when this happens, DC come down like a ton of bricks. So you've got this Batman pinned to a cross, and you've got and this guy did a lovely job of painting it, and it was pinned to a cross like that, and then he was Neil's Joker pulling his hair out at the. So we had effectively, on the strength of that, when DC seen these pictures, they went come down like a ton of bricks on everyone. So we actually got C&D off because of that. So that's a bit of trivia. Which cease and desist for all you guys. They don't often do that,
do they? So
no, not very often. Cease and desist, guys. That means that the company that own the IP will contact you, ask you what you're doing, how many you've sold, tell you not to do it, slap you round the wrist, go away, and if you don't do it, they'll hit you with a lawsuit. So that one we had to C&D on it, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Well, here we go, and this is.
That's Neil's Batman to go with his Killing Joke. Joker.
That's a nice piece of work, that, isn't it?
Neil's got a kind of style with his Batman. It's kind of
it's the ingrained detail in it. If you look at it, it's like panel lines on a car. Look at that; they're sharp as anything. There's no drag on any of those tool marks. That is perfect. It's sliced. It looks like he's actually cut. It looks like he's modelled the mask over the face and cut a chunk out of it. It's that precise, isn't it?
It's very good. That
it's very good. And for me, it's a good Batman that because he looks dark and he looks serious and he looks miserable.
He looks like he's about to kick.
He does like kick 7 bells at you. Yeah, he
does.
Good.
Really strong one. Really, really strong one. See, at the time when we first started, Batman was a major subject matter. He was like. He just seemed to have got enough to boil a little bit now, but not many companies, garage kit companies, are doing Batmans now. Maybe because of the IP, but in the day when we first started, before we were all foolish and reckless, there's a lot of Batman out there.
Yeah, well, I think with the Batman, it comes and goes because every 10 years or so they reinvent the character, don't they? They reinvented him as the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And then they reinvented the Joker as Killing Joke, and they really went through the whole thing. Yeah. There was a whole series of Batman graphic novels where they reimagined it. It was like the Marvel universe where more than one version of a character exists.
Yeah.
They did that Batman universe where he started off as at one point he was like a Western cowboy, wasn't he? Remember?
Gotham by Gaslight.
Gotham by Gaslight. He's like Victorian one. He was like a vampire.
Yeah.
And all of those things.
On Halloween, there was loads.
Yeah. So he's a good character, Batman. He has that gothic appeal to particularly teenage boys and teenage girls as well, because they have that. They have most kids, sort of alternative kids anyway, go through this idea of they go through this gothic period, and as a superhero, Batman in particular fits in with that.
Yeah,
because he's almost like a horror character in a sense.
He's got no superpowers.
He's got no superpowers. He's just driven. He's just driven, and I like that. He's a bit like. I suppose in a way a bit like any other person like that. He's a kind of daredevil, but he's got like sensory thing.
Hyper sense on it. Yeah.
Sense.
Batman's just highly thrilled and got loads of money.
Got loads of money and a suit of armour.
Yeah, best Batman.
Basically, Michael Keaton for me.
Yep, to me.
You know, maybe I wouldn't have said that 10 years ago, but I've had a lot of Batman lately.
Yeah, I'm not so keen on this new emo one they've done with Robert Pattinson.
It was all right. It was a good take on it, but like I said, it's the Batman
emo,
universe.
A bit like Spoiled Brat.
He was. It was a bit like what's it called? That vampire series. What they call
Buffy.
It? No, the other one. The one.
Twilight.
Twilight. He was in Twilight, wasn't he? He was in Twilight.
Vampires don't sparkle, though, do they?
They don't. No, they don't. Not unless you put a stake through them, anyway. So there you go. So that's another Batman, and then and our final Batman tonight is this one. Now, who's this by?
That's by Mike Hill.
Mike Hill.
The great Mike Hill.
Batman with the arms folded.
Alex Ross.
Yeah, Alex Ross Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Is this about to go back into production? Do you think?
It's back in production.
Right. If you look at that, this is a more traditional sort of Batman.
Again, it's going for a more older, more stockier look, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see
more
by
realistic,
his face.
isn't it?
You know what? He looks like somebody. I can't put my finger on it. He doesn't look like a modern Batman. Is he a historical Batman?
No, Alex Ross. What Alex Ross used to do is he's obviously a comic book artist.
Yeah.
He gets models in.
Right.
Put the suits on, take a photograph of them,
and
then paint the photograph. So he'd have you in a bat suit, and then he'd paint it.
Right, so it's an actual person.
Yeah, it is an actual person under there.
What I like is if you look at the cape, you can see that almost stitched, kind of parachute look on the cape.
Yeah, it's more like he tends to be sort of more. He tends to go more realistic. He did the all you comic book fanatics out there. Remember a comic book called Kingdom Come. He did that, and then I've got the book, the Alex Ross art book, and he's done all the different characters. And what he did is one of his paintings of superheroes was the Queen album, the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he converted that to superheroes. Escapes me which one it is. And then he did a Batman graphic novel called War on Crime and a Superman one. But they were like, I mean, I'll try and dig them out for us for later on. But they're like pictures. I mean, his stuff was fantastic in the day. Mike did this one. He did this Alex Ross style, and when he did this one on STEM for doing this figure, Alex Ross, the artist himself, contacted Mike. It was in the Alex Ross book. This is. He commissioned Mike to do a life-size Superman and a life-size Batman, and to this day, Alex Ross has got the life-size Mike Hill's Alex Ross Batman in his house and Alex Ross Superman, I believe, in his studio. That's the comic book artist.
That's pretty impressive.
Pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, pretty good. But Mike's super talented. Yeah. As you can look at this one, what we've done is we've put some soft clay in it to the very sharp undercuts in there, just to give it so that when we remould it or when we remolded it, it was easier to get out. So the clays, I mean, it doesn't matter, mate. It's moulded now, so it doesn't.
Is it moulded now?
Yeah, so it doesn't make any difference.
Those ears are going to be difficult, aren't they?
They're okay, mate. They're okay. Yeah, the worst part for the moulding on this one, thanks, Bill, was in there because it tends to rip.
Yeah,
now what you've got, so we put some soft clay in to soften the sharpness. Now what happens really then is when you're a mould maker or someone that's casting regular, the last thing is your mould's going to rip whatever happens. So you don't want it to. It's guaranteed to rip where you don't want it to rip. That's the point. So if you soften it out a bit, you don't want it to rip up here and have a big line up here. So what we did is we kind of softened the edges a little bit, took away that sharp, because as we said in the last episode, the very point, the negatives are the points.
Points, that's right.
And then they get really hot, don't they?
Yeah,
so
they
become
thin,
brittle.
So they get hot and brittle, and they crystallise almost, don't they?
So then you don't want that. I mean, Bill's going to, hopefully in the next few months, Bill's going to do a bit of casting with us, and we're going to do an episode where we've done a casting
I've got a dinosaur
day.
coming, haven't I?
I've had quite a few people contact me and ask me. I said, see Bill at UKGK. So I know he's sold a few of them at UKGK. Whether they're available at UKGK.
Well, I've got orders anyway.
Well, I know that there's 2 or 3 Garage Kit guys. There's a gentleman that called in today that I've sent him to, I've told him to get to UKGK because Bill will have them for sale there.
Right.
Next up.
There we go. We have London After Midnight, and it's Andy Copeland. I'm fascinated by this figure because when I was a kid, I saw him in a book and it said London After Midnight, a great yet lost movie. It's Lon Chaney Sr. and he plays a vampire-like character. You've got one being remastered at the moment, haven't you? Which is in one of these boxes.
We're going to show it you today.
Yeah, we're going to show it today. But this is Andy's version of
Andy's bust.
And it's really nice. It's a great likeness.
I think it's one of Andy's best.
Yeah, it's one of his most animated.
I like that
great,
one. I like Andy loves Andy.
Yeah.
Andy's got a bit of a passion for London After Midnight.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
So this is kind of like a labour of love for him. Yeah. And as I say to people, historically, from a company perspective, this subject matter doesn't really sell that well in the UK.
No, but it's popular in America.
Yeah. It flies out in the States.
Out in the States.
The classic stuff tends to fly out in the States, not so much over here. If you look at this one, it's got obviously the signature pose that you see all the time on the T-shirts and the movie posters. Yeah. And he's actually got a lantern in his hand, which is...
Yeah, let me get the lantern. Here's the lantern.
So he's got a lantern that's fastened by two pieces of wire. Yeah. So he's got the wire. So there's a lantern. So you get the lantern with it. So Andy really loves this character, and it's one of his sort of, he's sort of like love passions.
I would say it's one of Cheney Senior's most frightening makeups, because a lot of his makeup...
Has he got like the funny teeth?
He's got like a whole range of fangs across the top jaw and the bottom jaw, so he's like a multi-toothed vampire. Yeah. And I think it was considered to be quite scary in its day, when it was first released. It had posters saying, "Please, if you take your girlfriend, catch her if she faints," kind of thing. Well, that sort of old-fashioned sort of feel to it.
Well, I remember, and you guys will remember them as well. It was a line of kits came out in the day, 90s, called The Screaming, did quarter scale ones, and there was Freddy, there was Jason, there was all these sort of characters. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't understand why he did this character. And then he did London After Midnight. And I thought, why have you done that? And it was the only one that I didn't get. And it's the only one I wish I had got. So at the day, I kind of thought, why have you done this? It's a bit weird. And he did everybody. I mean, Screaming did some bizarre choices, Suburban Commando and things like that. And I thought, Rocketeer. I mean, you've gone from a Freddy, Jason...
to a Rocketeer.
A Rocketeer, and then you've gone to the Suburban Commando. You know which one that is?
Yeah, that's...
And then he did a Howling Werewolf, which I thought they were all over the... Yeah. They were all over the place. Hulk Hogan. Yeah, that's the one. They were all over the place, and it was like, why? I mean, I suppose it was the licensing they got, but I never understood the direction that Screaming went in. They were the 1 minute... I mean, for me, because I was into the 80s horror... To get a Freddy and a Jason and all that
there seems to be a common thread there.
Yeah.
But suddenly to get a London After Midnight,
then he went on to Betty Page and Mars Attacks, and I was like, wow, this is weird.
Yeah.
But they were great kits. They were obviously GK classics as I would call it, and they were quarter scale. So that's Andy Copeland's London After Midnight Cheney bust. The next one I keep getting drove up the wall
about. This is obviously Sean Bean from Sharp,
and as soon as he's come in today, he said you need to get it moulded.
So
there must be something in this.
It's not all horror, mate. This is a bit like the Michael Keaton kit from the other day, or the ninja kit, the samurai kit we looked at. Some of them have just got like a beautiful classic feel to them, and this Sean Bean, it's a really good likeness. It's beautiful uniform. I just think Sean Bean's worthy of a kit. I love Sean Bean. A lot of my friends do as well. My wife's a big fan of Sean Bean because she fancies him. But then again, Rod Stewart as well. So I'm not.
Rod Stewart.
Yeah. Bizarre. So but when I looked at this has got this.
Look at the detailing on the beading on the costume.
Yeah, the braid on the jacket.
That's it, yeah.
The braid on the jacket here, the green jacket. It's a wonderful thing. It reminds me of when I was a kid and my dad used to make Napoleonic soldiers. He did like regiments and regiments of different uniforms on Napoleonic soldiers. It was an absolute obsession with him. Hysterex.
Yeah, that's it.
Hysterex, Airfix, and all of those people used to have this massive range of Napoleonic kits. But this kind of reminds me of that, but it's a little bit more dynamic. It's a little bit less of a wooden soldier.
Yeah, I mean, this has got to come for November because we get asked that many times. I mean, when Owen sees this video, he'll top himself. He loves it.
Lovely.
Now, this one comes with like a sabre,
yeah,
and a base. Which we're working on at the moment to get it ready. The base is ready. There's a few little bits on it. The thing I like about this is the guy that's done it is a guy called Sean Green. He doesn't do much now. His finishing work is absolutely phenomenal.
Isn't it?
He's superb. I mean if Sean Bean had 13 beads on there's 13 beads.
There's 13 beads. Yeah,
and the finishing is superb on it. His finishing is amazing.
Look at the detail on that belt. There's a little S-shaped snake belt there. Look at that. That's amazing.
So I remember when I went to see him when he was doing this. And there's a little story. He was doing this, and he did it in Sculpey. So before he baked it, now you'll tell me this now. You'll know because you're a sculptor. So he's there with Sculpey and he's polishing it. Get this, he's polishing it with talcum powder.
Yeah, I'll be right.
So I said, great. Well, I said to him, what are you doing? He says, I'm polishing it with this talc. He said, and I said, well, what does that do? He said, well, it gets it really smooth. It's like sandpaper.
A slight abrasive, and it grinds the surface like a grinding paste.
Oh right.
And it leaves it. Well, it's basically when you polish stuff. Whether it's
like
metal
it's
like a polishing powder. It's literally like a polishing powder like you would use on a mop.
Yeah.
It's very much like that. I suppose they must use it in the car business, mustn't they?
Possibly. Yeah. So he's polishing it with this. So
talc is the thing.
So he's polishing it with talc when I see him, and I goes, what? And he goes, this is how I get it smooth. And I said, but you have to use Johnson's baby powder, Johnson's baby talc. And I said,
why is
that? He said, because it smells nice. Got me there, big time.
Raw potter's talc smells of nothing because it's actually just ground up stone. But Johnson's baby powder, I suppose it does smell quite nice.
Because it smells nice.
Because it smells got a perfume.
So thank you for that.
Well, that is lovely.
What I like about this as well is obviously we've got to check it, and
look at the beads on there. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but just look at the pattern on there. Now my biggest problem is obviously this is a cast that we've got to work on.
Yeah, but you see,
is there a bead missing there?
I reckon that's because there was one missing off his uniform.
Well, it doesn't look like there's been a bead on there.
No, it doesn't. It looks like he's lost a bead off the uniform and he's just basically copied the uniform.
So if anyone knows whether
Sean lost a button,
right arm has got a button missing, let us know before I mould it. If not, we'll have to put a button on it. But I mean, this one originally was cast in cold cast. Again, we are going to get it out there, guys. I'm sure as soon as this video goes live, a certain Owen trainer Brent is going to be on my case for the rest of my life about it. And all these little boys at the IPMS shows. Good likeness as well.
Yeah, because they're into militaire, aren't they?
Oh, that'll
bridge the gap.
Well, the difference is now is, and I'll chuck the gauntlet down. I'll do it, and if I don't sell any, I'll kick Owen's ass. So it's down to you, Owen.
That's down to Owen.
Next up, my mate.
Next up is Sean Main.
Anybody that knows Sean remembers Sean. This is Sean Main's comic book. Is it Mangle? Very stylised Hellboy, particular style.
It's a very stylised Hellboy, isn't it?
Now this comes with two sets of horns, stumpy horns, and the long curly ones. This was extremely popular when it came out, and this is currently being retooled to go out again because it's so nice. One customer had 10 of these, can you believe? Don't know what he did with them. I think he was buying them and selling them. It's such a nice piece.
It's such a nice piece, isn't it? And when it's
painted red, the horns come back back. Yeah, and then you can. I like the little stumpy ones better. And then he has a cigar in his mouth.
But yeah.
So that's Sean Main, a young lad. He was the guys, that one of the shows that had the Night King on the throne, the actual clay.
He was doing the night. No, I remember that. That was when we were in just outside.
Yeah,
Crew, wasn't it?
Yeah,
in
nice
the
lad.
Hotel.
Nice lad, good.
Yeah,
nice lad, young lad, dark-haired lad, very very nice.
What does he do? Does he still sculpt?
Yeah, he does still sculpt. He's done me. He did the Penguin.
Of course I remember.
So his finishing's excellent. He tends to do digital now. He has done me another Hellboy bust, a new Hellboy, which is a lot bigger, which is really nice, and he's a very talented lad.